Good morning. It is Let It Go and Let It Grow, and this is June the 19th. It is Friday, and this is my float day. I get to go floating, so that's awesome. So what are we looking at letting go today? And this is the Eight of Wands energy. Wands is, of course, fire, so it's Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries energy. And what I've done today, whenever I see the eight is sort of an action card. It pushes the cards around it to do other things. So where it was in the Let It Go placement, I chose another card to go with it, and that was the Magician. So we're going to be reading them sort of together to see what action you can take. This is about momentum, passions, movement, and action, and driving forward. Fire signs. So it is releasing the need to rush every outcome. So this is asking us today to take note of things that are coming into our field, things that we are working on, and to maybe not rush through them or feel like there is that sense of urgency that it needs to be done right away. Take stock of what's on your plate and really feel around to see what you can let go of, and not get into the state of reactive decision making. You want to be able to make a concise decision with the information at hand and not jump into that. Drop the pressure to constantly be moving forward, doing, and not being. We all need the rest. And our brains tend to be in that high beta state a lot of the time anyway. So that is that constant state of overthinking, overchurning, overdoing, overworking, over everything. So this is asking us to slow down today and take stock of that. And stop mistaking bit for progress. Just because you're constantly in motion doesn't mean you're really accomplishing anything. So you might need to take that pause out and just rest. Four of Swords we had on Monday. So coming back to that resting position, and trust that not every opportunity that rises for you requires immediate action. You don't have to jump into everything that's going on at the same time. It's asking you to really take that pause and that step back. So the Magician is here. Love this card. And it's releasing the belief that you lack the tools you have. The Magician is everything. It's everything all rolled up in one ball. Earth, air, fire, water, all of the elements. So this is the card of all suit. And once again, earth, air, fire, water. So it's the wands, the cups, the pentacles, and the swords all together. You've got everything that you need at your ready. The infinity symbol is this way, as well as on her hat. And she is directing energy into the universe. And I love how the universe is below her in this. It sort of comes back in my mind of that hermetic, as above, so below. So she's above, the universe is below, and spirit is all around. So this is releasing the belief that you lack those tools because you have them. Let go of imposter syndrome and self-doubt. This is asking you to push forward and know that you have everything that you need. Imposter syndrome, especially when you're in the spiritual realm, is very, very real. It's the biggest place I think I've ever felt it in my life, which has led me to problems in breaking out and coming forward the way I need to, because I always feel that people aren't going to take me seriously or I don't know enough. And that's the point I'm at now, is that it's shit or get off the pot time. So I know what I need to know, and you need to know what you need to know. So let go of that feeling of lack of self-worth. You've got everything that you need. Stop waiting for that permission. Stop waiting for somebody to say that you've got your shit together and you can do it. The time is now, basically. Don't rush into things about that, but also know that the time is now for you, and drop the illusion that the power exists outside of yourself in the form of people telling you who you are, what you can do, and what you can't do. We're always going to have fans. We're always going to have enemies. And the biggest enemy you can have is actually that battle within your own brain, within yourself. Self-worth is a hard thing because we developed that before the age of 7. So if you were picked on and had other traumas involved in stuff like that, the self-worth is born around that. A lot of it comes from also education, how you felt their first couple years of school, how you were treated by your teachers. A lot of that's where the confidence came in with self-worth. So for those of us who are highly empathetic, highly sensitive, possibly had learning disabilities and other things, our self-worth was born at a very, very young age. So this is the time to take that child, that inner child by the hand, that little exile. Tell her that she's loved, he's loved, and walk them forward under your wing of protection of the age, the person that you have become. Look back at her in a mirror and say, did you ever think that you would come this far and be this person? Let that relationship nurture and grow for you today. And trust the ability to create meaningful change in those around you, for those around you, and know that being tapped into the magician, that spirit around you, that magic, that alchemy. You are the alchemist, creating, doing, bringing that, harnessing all of that energy together for yourself, knowing that you're worth it. But not having to rush into it at the same time. We are at the state now that we can actually blend into this life and just let it start flowing into us naturally, encompassing it as a part of our true nature and our true being. So this is a combination that appears when life is moving quickly. With this, the momentum and the challenge is remembering that speed and alignment are not the same thing. So just because you're speeding through it doesn't mean you're aligned with it. The magician is asking us to come into that divine alignment by using those tools that we have at our side at all times and harnessing that inner alchemy, that inner magician, that inner magic that we all have at that center point in our life, and knowing that we've always have it and we will always have it in infinity. So what are we letting grow today? And that is the devil. Very interesting week if you've been following the readings. We had the Empress and the Priestess one day. Yesterday we had the Fool and the Moon. And today we have the Magician and the Devil. So a big energy week with major arcana cards. So it's almost like things are shifting very strongly, just coming out of the new moon as well, with a lot of energy there. And I think we're coming into, at the end of June, another full moon. So I think we have the blue moon this month, if I'm not mistaken. So we have the 2 moons this month, 2 full moons. A lot of energy going around. Schumann resonance is all over the place. A lot of solar flares. So if you're feeling off, feeling nauseous, hearing ringing in your ears, feeling brain fog in the mornings, feeling unsteady a bit and not knowing what's going on, there's a lot going on with the heartbeat of the earth as well. So the devil, let it grow. We're growing awareness. Oh, and I didn't tell you, the devil is shadow work, liberation, and self-awareness, and it is the earth sign in Capricorn. So we are growing awareness in our unconscious patterns. So this has come up a couple of times. So we're working, we're digging. We're all at the state now that we realize that certain patterns that we've had are coming more and more to the surface. We were working yesterday. I was talking about how in the moon card, once she hits bottom, the silt comes up from the floor of the water and makes everything murky, and that's the shadow work. So that's where we're at now. The subconscious work, that background work is coming forward, and we're finally ready to look at ourselves and really work on these patterns and dropping them, strengthening our ability to see where we self-sabotage, as she just looks at this and came from the corner store buying cookies when she's off sugar. So this is those exact things. I went to buy strawberries. I did buy strawberries, but I also got cookies. That is a pattern. That is a self-sabotaging pattern. Because I had a very good workout yesterday. Why did I do that? So it is really taking stock, looking at stuff like that and walking into realizations and the awakening to our true potential, and walking forward with honesty with ourselves. And that's one of the hardest things to do, is walk forward with that honesty. Can you look in the mirror and say, I did this, I realized it was a pattern, I fucked up. Why did I fuck up? What am I feeling? What went on today? What is happening around me? What universally is happening? Why did this happen the way it did? I'm an emotional eater, so something triggered me, and that's what happened. Embrace radical honesty with yourself. Here we go. So it's about being able to peel those layers off. And I just almost saw, peeling your face off and just looking at yourself as a raw skeleton, believe it or not, and just looking into the soul of your eyes and being able to see yourself completely raw, completely at the essence of who you are. And can you be honest there? Can you be honest? And that's what the devil is asking us today, to get to that place of absolute radical honesty that you can look in the mirror and go, I love you, but you're also, you know, fucking stupid sometimes. And this is why. And why did we do this? What did the exile feel? Where was I? What did I get pulled back into? Why is this pattern keep coming up over and over and over again? And help me work on this. And that is the magician. That's the alchemist. The alchemist is helping you work on that, helping you work through this, helping you with all of the mastery that it has, all of the elements at its nature. Call into the magician to work its magic, to help you see yourself in radical honesty and start walking forward, transforming those old limitations and beliefs that we have. Noticing where we are triggered, why we are triggered, how we are triggered. Whenever the devil comes up, I've said this a million times, but this is honestly true. The devil is a great day to journal because it's always about that shadow aspect, that subconscious programming, those patterns, those paradigms, things that you want to break. In the devil card here, you know, he's holding the guy by puppet strings. The guy is in his head. When I talked a few minutes ago about being in your head, about you know, that imposter syndrome, I pictured the Five of Swords card in my head. And that's basically, you know, the Five of Swords right there being looped and stuck in his head. He thinks he's tormented. He thinks he can't get past everything that's going on. But if you look at things realistically, the devil is not holding those strings. He has the strings, but he's not holding the strings. Meaning you are free to do what you want to, when you want to. You have free will. But it's the ability to check into the emotional body and ask why, what is going on, and reclaim that power that you've been giving away to yourself, to others. You give your own power away to yourself by getting into these repeated patterns that you know are harmful for you. Just be gracious and loving to that inner child. Be gracious, be loving. It's all I can say is, you know, she or he needs that love from you. They need that recognition. They need that nurturing. They need to be mothered when they maybe thought mothering wasn't there. You're the mother right now, or the father to this little exile. And let them know that they're safe. Let them know that they can come home. They can come to you whenever they need to, and that you are there for them always. For Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, the devil isn't about punishment. It's about liberation. You know, they say the truth will set you free. Once you cross that river of change, which is uncomfortable, Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this in Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, and in Supernatural, Becoming Supernatural. Breaking those chains, breaking that habit of being yourself and crossing that river of change, very uncomfortable. You're going to buck, which is probably what happened to me because I was doing really, really well, got triggered by something. I got washed away by the river for a moment. So this is about walking across that river, knowing that it's going to be uncomfortable, making those changes are sometimes not the most comfortable thing you can do, but the reward is on the other side, and that reward is actually peace. This card asks why the chain still exists and whether you're actually locked in, and you're not. So the message, this is a very fascinating combination. The devil belongs in the let it go, but we're in the let it grow position with him. And that changes everything for the reading today, because this is all about calling yourself on these patterns. The Eight of Wands and the Magician create a whirlwind of movement and ideas, opportunities. Manifestation can accelerate with the two of them here. Life is starting to move rapidly. We often don't stop long enough to ask, why am I doing this? What is truly driving me? And what patterns do I keep repeating over and over and over and over again? It's exhausting. So the devil is here as a teacher, not the villain. He's the teacher today. He's the flashlight in the basement of your psyche, just lighting everything up and bringing that subconscious forward. It's illuminating the fears, the attachments, everything that we don't possibly want to be looking at, and that stuff that quietly influences the things that we do in our life. So the Magician is saying today, you have the power And then the devil asks, then why do you keep giving it away? You've got the power. I've got the power. Why do you keep giving it away? This is a reading about multi-levels, and it's like beyond the vision board, beyond affirmation. It's beyond goals, goal setting. It's something much, much deeper than that. So with these two here, because once you understand these patterns, you become freer to change them and things get easier and easier. And the Eight of Wands is creating the momentum for the whole reading, where it was the very first card I picked today. So it's pushing everything forward. So really take this to heart. And the Magician creates the possibility. The Devil creates the awareness. And together they're creating an absolutely huge transformation for you today. Harness the power by releasing yourself. Release the rush, doubt, and then grow your awareness. The greatest form of freedom comes from understanding these patterns, and that you don't have to be controlled by them. You control them. So what patterns keep on showing up in your life and you're ready to understand? And what might happen if you stop doubting your own power and let this charge the whole reading forward, onward and outward? And I will see you next week. Bye.